Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My story, it goes on like this. So I am a woman who is aged 43 years old. It is quite embarrassing, and I even feel ashamed to admit that I am a slay queen. But I am different one, though. Because of my age, I am unlike these young girls that go around dancing, drinking with different men. Yes, I do have many boyfriends that I cannot even count. Each and every boyfriend that I have has a special place in my heart. Even my mom, who knows that this is what I am doing in South Africa, she once asked me, like, how do you do it? How can you claim that you can love 10 to 18 men all at once? How do you do it? But I just said, Mama, I think it is all about money. When a man has money, it is easy for you to love him. It does not even matter how many guys you might be dating. You will know that if I go to this guy, then you will be able to solve my problems. Unlike a man that is broke, you know, people out there, they can say that, hey, you are a prostitute, you are a loose woman, this and that. Apart from the fact that there are some of the things that I do that involves some rituals. But in all honesty, what I have discovered is that when you are dating a guy that is broke, if you ask for something, you know, sometimes you can even regret asking money from a broke guy. He will start to tell you a lot of stories, this and that. Unlike when he wants something from you, maybe he wants some sexual favors, he will just say, let us sleep together. And then you give it to him without excuses. So why is it so hard for a woman to just ask for something, then it is given to her so freely? That is what I believe is supposed to happen. But enough of that. This can even be like a debate for another day. So, Brother Nanshi, I do sleep around. Like I said, I survive on the deep pockets of the men that I date. I did some rituals that makes men to be attracted to me. When you are dating me, even if you found out that there is a guy that I have slept with, if you have slept with me without using any protection at all, then it means that you and I, we have both created a covenant, your blood and my blood. It means that you will do whatever that I want you to do for me. If I apologize and I say, of course, you got me cheating, but I am sorry, I never meant to do that, you'll say, no, it's okay, babe, it happens in life. I know that you are trying to survive. It might hurt you, but what can you do? Because we have a covenant that we created. Each and every man that I sleep with, obviously, this is an obvious case that in most relationships, people, they start by condomizing, by using condoms, but usually the second, the third night, you will do it without using any protection at all. No need for that anymore, because you will be feeling like you trust each other. At that moment when we will be sleeping together using protection, each and every time that a man that I'll be dating will ejaculate, I will take it, pretend as if I am just throwing it in the dustbin. But no, what I'll do is that I'll put it aside. Then I will usually go to the river, and then I will do a small marine dinner for the marine spirits. Firstly, in my home, when you have left, what I do is that I go and then I buy some fish, and then I can buy one or two. Then I cook a meal, and then I sit down whilst I'll be worshipping the marine spirits. Then I start to eat the pap and the fish that I would have dedicated to the marine spirits, and then that used condom that will be having your semen, it will be in front of me as I will be eating and worshipping the marine spirits. And this is what I will say. I will tell the marine spirit that this is the man that I have hunted. This is the man that I want. This is the man that I want him to give me money, to keep on giving me money. If he does not give me money, how on earth will I ever be able to survive? Then I will go to the river. This river is supposed to be an ever-flowing river. When I go to that river, then I'll just throw the food in the river. That is how I dedicate my boyfriends that I will be dating to the marine spirits. Those are the rituals that I do. So this will make you to fall in love with me and all of these men. The reason as to why, even if they are put in one room, they would all want to sleep with me and never even think of fighting with each other. It is because if you are a guy, when you come to sleep with me, maybe in the afternoon, we sleep together. So I have this soft cloth that I will use to wipe your manhood. I do not wash that little cloth when I want to perform the rituals. Like men's semen, it will make this cloth to be so dry and crusty. And what I do is that I will take my hair blower and I'll just blow it a little bit so as to soften it again. Then I wait for another guy to come, maybe the next day. We sleep together. Then I will wipe his manhood using that unclean cloth. So all of these men that I have wiped their manhoods using the same cloth, they all have a covenant with each other. And on top of it all, they have a covenant with me. To them, my body is their altar, at which they bow down at that altar. So they will do what the altar, my body, wants, and they do sacrifice at this altar their money, sometimes the happiness of their wives. A man can leave his wife to be with me, knowing that the wife is so sad, she is lonely, but the man, because of the charms and the rituals that I would have done on him, he can sacrifice the wife's happiness so as to be with me. That is why I said to these men, my body is like their altar. They will never fight against each other. So there was a time when I was married, when I was a married woman. I was a humble woman. I had nothing. My husband was working as a tractor driver on a farm. I had fallen pregnant for him. He's the one who even removed my virginity when we were still staying together at that time, when we were still in Zim. But the woman who gave me this evil heart, it was my mother-in-law. She changed me completely. If she had not changed me, I was going to be a humble woman, and I was forever going to stay as a humble woman and faithful to her son, but she mistreated me. I was young at that time. I could not even understand why, as old as she was, trying to compete with me as if we were both sleeping with the same man. And she will say, you are not good enough for my son. It was very heartbreaking because my husband, he would not even fight in my corner. He will just ignore me when I would go to him and tell him that this is what his mother was doing to me. This made me to become a very strong woman, and I waited for the day that I was going to revenge him. I never thought that the revenge would come by me cheating on my husband with his friend. We came to South Africa. Then I started dressing nicely. No, I was no longer wearing those long dresses. I was wearing these short skirts, looking nice, makeup and everything. And men at the farm, when I would be walking, they would be looking at me and they were proposing love to me. So when the guys would be proposing to me, I would refuse. Then one of my husband's friend, one day, he started talking to me, and I was scared because he spoke with me on WhatsApp, and I thought that maybe it was his wife who was just testing me. We continued talking, and in the morning at work, he said, no, don't worry. Last night on WhatsApp, it was me. It was not my wife. I said, it is fine. I wanted to feel what it was like to cheat on your husband, because when I got married to my husband, I had never been with a man in bed before in my entire life. So I wanted to know what it feels like. Me and his friend, we slept together, and my husband caught us cheating, and I ran away from him, started staying with this other friend of mine when I moved to Pretoria. So this friend of mine, she was a prostitute already, and then she was the one who introduced me to these charms. No matter what you think about it, a prostitute will always use charms to attract some customers, and men, they need to know that when you sleep with a prostitute, you will be sleeping with a woman that can use charms on you. So when I was staying with her, that was when she took me to a healer. I know that there are people that will be judging me, but this is the only way that I can survive. The world is very hard out there. I mean, like here in South Africa, you will hear people complaining that Zimbabweans are taking our jobs, but I don't think that currently I am taking anyone's job, because I am using my own body to sleep with all of these men. Someone will never say that I am stealing their job. I am even trying and contributing to the economy, as well as positively contributing to the society, because some of these men that I date, these men, they are not getting love at all from their wives. Most of these men that I have been with, like when they got married to their women, they were struggling. It is obvious when a man is still struggling, he does not have a choice of a woman that he wants. But when he starts to make money, he would go out to find a woman of his own choice. So with my beauty, because I have done some artificial stuff on my body so that I can market myself even more, I have gone for plastic surgeries to extend my beauty. I have used bleaching skin injections as well, so that I can look more beautiful. Even though I was born with a lighter skin complexion, I have done some nose jobs. My lips, I have gone to a plastic surgeon so that I can be perfect, to make myself more beautiful, that any man can want me. So usually a woman, a regular woman on the street, will never think about that. She will never want to do something to extend her beauty. If her husband complains and say that maybe you do not have a big booty and it is too small for me, I want it to be big. So if a woman hears her man suggesting that she should go and extend her booty, she will think that the man is crazy. But a woman like me, who knows that my body is an asset in this business, if a man comes to me and opens up that he so wishes to be with a woman who has this certain body structure, I'll be willing to go and do it, as long as he has money to pay for everything. Like there was this other guy, the first rich guy that I had dated. He was a South African guy who used to buy and sell coal. He was doing a lot of things that I don't want to get myself involved in his businesses. This man, he said, you are very beautiful, the curves are there, but I don't want these girls with the big booty to take me away from you. So it is up to you. You know, I have been reading on the internet, and there are places where we can go, you and I, we can go and you can have it done, the surgery, it is safe. He then told me that he had once gone to America with his wife, and whilst they were on the vacation, he then confessed that he slept with a big Mexican who had big calves, and he saw that that was his fantasy. He even told his wife, but he did not tell the wife that he slept with that Mexican woman. He just said that I want you to extend your curves and everything on your body. But the wife got angry with him. So I listened to this man, and I saw that this was the perfect opportunity for me to become the main side chick. I said, Daddy, anything that you want me to do, I will do it for you. And he was like, for real, do you want to do this surgery? And I was like, yes, Daddy, anything that you want. So he was the one who took me to Colombia. That is where that surgery was done, and my hips, they were enlarged, and my behind as well was made really big, and life continued. Me and him, we are still together. He was my first rich guy. No matter how hard we fight, he knows that he has a special place in my heart. So even though we fight, we always bring ourselves into each other's arms. So it is not an easy thing for you to sleep with different men, but I guess it happens in life. This is the only way that us women here in Africa can survive. We can survive only by using our bodies. I'm not active like on social media. I'm just someone who keeps herself to herself. If a man wants me, I don't go out drinking with you like I am a cheap prostitute. No. You go and you buy your alcohol, and when you want to drink, you come and then you drink in my apartment. If there is something that a rich blesser wants me to do, some things that I have to perform for him that I don't feel like comfortable doing with a regular guy. And when I see that this guy is very rich and he has these sexual fantasies that are kind of like weird, that is when I can drink some beer so as to make myself comfortable, at least when I am a little bit tipsy. That is my secret. My relatives, apart from my mom, they don't know that this is the work that I am doing here in South Africa. They don't know. They just think that maybe I am working. I have a nice job. I told them that I am working for an engineering company and I don't want my relatives to come to South Africa like my little sister. She's always saying that she wants to come to South Africa, but no, I do not want her to come to this country because I don't want people to know that this is how I am surviving. I have money. I can afford life more than that. So to the other women that are out there, I have heard countless women complaining and begging for food on this platform. How can you beg for food when you are born with something that each and every man wants? You just need to be smart. I was beautiful. I was born beautiful. Even my husband, people, they used to ask him, like, this woman, she's really beautiful, because I was in a class that was above his own class because of my beauty. The mistake that I did when I got married the first time, with all this beauty, I got married to a broke man. As a woman who has a good body structure, a beautiful face, never settle for less. That is just bull. Why settle for less? Settle for less for what when you have the assets? So the reason as to why women will end up coming here saying that they want some food, I need money, it is because they are making the wrong choices in love. When you are a woman, you need to make sure that you can only have a child with a man that will secure the future for that child. Just like what animals do, a cow will never want to mate with a bull that is weak. A female will always want to mate with a bull that is the strongest in the herd, and that is what we women need to do. It is a way of empowering ourselves, and I think that us as human beings, this natural selection, it is different. For a man to be okay, you need to ask him, how deep is your pocket before I can have a baby with you? That is what should define natural selection for us as human beings. So if a woman is out there suffering and struggling, how can you struggle when there are millions and millions of men out there? Probably when you are walking there will be a good man with a good car, a nice job, with money that will come to you and tell you that indeed he is married, but he wants to be with you, he loves you. But what do? Most of you will say, I am a Christian, I will never cheat on my husband. Hey, just sleep with that guy. Let the guy give you money and go and buy some food. Not only food, start to upgrade yourself. Wear beautiful clothes when you go to the mall. Make sure that you wear clothes that will make you to be so attractive. Play in areas where rich men hang around. And when they approach you, do not be like these cheap prostitutes that think that having a man buying them alcohol is all that matters for the weekend. Show a man that you have class. Sleep with him, but do not sleep with a man so that he can buy you alcohol. Show him that you have class. I know that out there are people that are going to be mad and angry at me, but everyone has his own decision. I made a decision that I will never settle for less, like what I did in my first marriage. If I would have settled for less again, there were men that used to come to me and they would see the way that I was suffering, and I would look at them and I would say, okay, my husband is making 4,000 rands a month. Then this guy is saying that he can take care of me. He's making maybe 6,000 rands to 6.5. So how is he going to take care of me when he is already married? He has a wife. So I made that decision that I'm not going to date all of these broke guys. I upgraded myself. That is my confession and my advice to other women that are desperate out there. Upgrade your beauty so that you can move to the next one. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister right there. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.